I wanted to find out what is the absolute most an Uber driver can make, and after I found out the answer, I almost didn't want to share the video because the results were so far from average that I didn't want to mislead anybody that was ever thinking about driving Uber. Instead, I just worked an average summer Saturday night in Philadelphia last weekend just to give an up-to-date, accurate answer as to what the average earnings are for an Uber driver, and that number was a little more than $26 an hour. And granted, that was a Saturday night, which is the highest earning time of the week, and it's also not taking into account gas and insurance and wear and tear of the car. It also should be noted that 100 of those dollars that I earned that night were earned between 1 and 3 a.m. Before the bars started letting out, these were my numbers. Moral of the story, if you want to make money doing Uber in 2023, you got to be willing to stay up until the bars close. And I know it's a small sample size, but trust me, it's accurate. I've been driving Uber so long that I could write a book about it. Pre-order yours today at eddiepdoyle.com. That said, I got a pretty good idea of how, when, and where the highest earnings are going to be. And there's always a few select times of the year that you can get paid. New Year's Eve gets an honorable mention, but honestly, post-COVID, it's turned into a big house party night, which means the partying is spread out all across the city, so the surge doesn't build up as much. Plus, in Philly, there's a good amount of people that stay in for New Year's Eve and go hard the next day for the mummers. If you know, you know. Thanksgiving Eve, the biggest bar night of the year, is a great night to work. I earned a little over $50 an hour, but there is no higher earnings in Philly than a holiday weekend down the shore during the summertime. Honestly, I'd be willing to bet it's one of the higher earning markets in the entire country. Not only does Uber pay drivers a higher rate down the shore than they do in Philly, but it is the perfect storm for Uber. These shore towns are packed with people on vacation, drinking and spending money like it's going out of style. So every night they get Ubers to the same bars located in all the same spots. That means an entire area is descending into these small, tiny locations. And then when the time comes for the bars to let out, that means you got a ton of people in the same spot looking for a ride home at the same time, which means the surge skyrockets. July 4th was a bit of a letdown this year because the holiday fell on a Tuesday and a lot of people had to work Monday. But if you peep my hourly earnings over those 4 days, you can see it's well above average. And that wasn't even the highest earning weekend of the year. That title belongs to Memorial Day. For the entire weekend, I averaged over $60 an hour. And on that Saturday alone, I legit had the luckiest day of Uber in my life. See, usually when the bars let out and it's surging like crazy, you'll only get one, maybe two rides because if you think about it, people are getting rides home away from the bar, usually 20, 30 minutes away. But I got super lucky on this Saturday because not only was I in the area when these crazy packed bars were letting out, it seemed like every ride I got was like 4 or 6 or 8 minutes, which means I could drop them off and then drive right back to the surge area and get another trip like that. It was like hitting the Uber lottery. In less than 4 hours of working, I earned over $300, averaging over $85 an hour. Of course, you cannot earn that kind of money unless you're working when the bars let out. And if you want to see some of the insanity that comes along with that, you can watch this video here. And if you want a more accurate picture of what the average earnings are of an Uber driver, along with the expenses that come along with it, you can check out this one here. Thanks for watching.